Welcome to Blackberry Ridge. For those of you who think that you need to be young or rich or beautiful or a multitude of other things to be a homesteader, well, here's a news flash. I'm a homesteader, and I am neither young nor beautiful nor rich. What I have is I have the desire to be able to take care of me and mine being my daughter. Quite a few years ago, I realized that my biggest responsibility was taking care of her and making sure that we were safe. She has certain things, and so do I, that we require every day. And of those things, we require shelter, food, water, in the wintertime, heat, and security or safety, peace of mind, however you want to put that. So as you can see, you are looking at a 60-year-old, a little bit plump, homesteader. We live 100% off-grid, and we is me and my daughter, 100% off-grid, with the solar power, and we do the gravity-fed water, which I will discuss in the future. We have quite a few animals, as I have put out other videos on our animals, so we were able to furnish our needs for our milk, eggs, and meat. We also grow vegetables, and I do a lot of canning. Don't do any dehydrating at this point because dehydrating takes a lot of our solar power. But we do plan on getting a dehydrator that is solar based, and we'll be showing you that in the future. The reason that I'm putting this video out is to encourage those of you who are kind of straddling the fence or wondering how in the world you could possibly do this. And I think that I need to explain what I mean by a homesteader. 100 years ago or so, a homesteader was a person who went across the west, out to the west, and they were given an amount of land that if they stayed on the land for X amount of years and maybe planted so many trees or had to have a house put up or a multitude of different requirements, and when they fulfilled that obligation, the land became theirs. That is not what a modern homesteader is. I did pay for my land, and I have paid for everything else that has gone onto the land. My definition of a homesteader is a person or people who let their land give back to them as much as they put into the land. For instance, our land gives grass and other grazing things for our animals, and our animals give us back meat and milk. We pay the taxes on the land, and we help to keep up the land, but the animals also help us keep the land going. The same thing with where our garden is. Now, right now it has a hog in it, but right now the area is being used by a hog, so even though it's fall, that's good. So the land is giving back to us just as we are giving to the land. And what we're giving to the land, and for instance, the garden area, is the hog is going through and it will help to eat down part of the vegetation. It will root, which will help to aerate the soil, and it will also have its manure. And the manure will help to fertilize that piece of land. We will, when we move the hog out, we will move in our bachelor goats or our male goats, and we will let them eat down a lot of the brush and other vegetation that the hog didn't particularly care for. And then after that, we were going to put our chickens in there, and they will help to scratch, and they will all be fertilizing the land with their manure. So we're giving to the land, and then in turn, this coming spring and fall, the land will be giving us back vegetables. So that is what my definition of a homesteader is that we just don't have a manicured lawn that gives us back nothing except for the prettiness of a manicured lawn. Everything on our property earns its keep, whether it be a blade of grass, a goat, a chicken, or a cat. We all work and we all fulfill our obligations. So I just want to let you all know that you all can do this, but you don't have to go on the scale that I'm going on. I'm going on this scale so that I can 100% fulfill the needs that my daughter has or that I have. Even if you just take and you put a few flower pots out this spring and you put some tomatoes in it, or you put some lettuce plants out or some broccoli plants, that in its own way is homesteading. And every little small step that you take makes you a little more self-sufficient, makes you a little more aware of where your food comes from, and lets your land pay you back. So that's what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about anybody can be a homesteader. We can all do homesteading. So on that note, with Tick coming to attack me as usual, I want to welcome you all to Blackberry Ridge. I hope one day to meet all of you. And I just want to make sure that you all know that you can do this. Because if this fat old country woman can do it, you can do it. Y'all take care. God bless America. Pray for our country.